Hello friends, welcome back to our channel RK Data Labs. Hope all are doing good. Today we are going to see one interesting and important topic in artificial intelligence. In my previous videos, I have covered a couple of topics like how to create chatbots, how to create a face recognition model using door access system, and couple of things like how to access AI free tools as well. So in that, I might have covered one important thing called ChatGPT, as everyone might have know that ChatGPT is ruling the artificial intelligence world. Similarly, this video is all to for all the Linux lovers, that they will enjoy this absolutely. So this is something called it's a combination of AI powered in Linux. So we something call that as Shell GPT, as equivalent to ChatGPT. So similarly, as you browse it in a web portal or a ChatGPT, for a ChatGPT, you can similarly try Shell GPT in your prompt. So that's something we call them as Shell plus GPT, called Shell GPT. So interestingly, there are quite a few things that you want to learn before going into the deeply, and what are all these things. So before moving into it, you want to have necessary softwares in Linux package called pip, Python importantly, and then we can right away work with Shell GPT as well. And there is one more important prerequisite, something called API key, which is absolutely necessary to access your SGPT modules. Before that, we want to have a Linux server, as you all know. Let's go ahead and see some interesting stuff in a live demo. Alright, so here we go. We have one Linux server already in place. So with no commands, no softwares have been installed. So I'm going to try to install all the softwares very fresh. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to install pip, Python, and I'm using a defaulting to S. So what it is trying to do, it is trying to take it from repository for pip and Python exclusively. Here we go, done. Pip and Python both got completed, successfully installed. Now we are going to trying to install SGPT. As I said, there is a command called pip3 install shell-gpt. Alright, so let me clear the screen. Yes, here we go. It is trying to download all the necessary packages from the repository. Yes, we have come to see that successfully installed with some errors. That's fine. There is no dependency is absolutely necessary. Fine. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, just try to prompt with SGPT. The moment you hit it, it will try to access your API key first of all. So it will be required whenever you try to access your Shell GPT module in prompt. So what you all need to do, you go to API key. So there is some portal called OpenAI API. So okay, I will be giving you in the description box. So this we should have a valid account. You can even log into your Google Gmail account, or even you can sign up with one fresh account as well. So in that, you can able to see one API keys column at the left side of the Explorer, and you want to create one new exclusively for accessing your SGPT prompt. Okay, let's say I'm going to create one key. Let me name it as test_key. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy my key. Alright, so it's done. So I'm going to have this OpenAI API key exported as a variable here. Alright, so what I'm going to do, before doing this, let me try to export it as a variable. OpenAI API key. Let me copy my key, which is successfully taken from the API key portal. Alright, so now what I should do, I should confirm back, right? So I will confirm whether this has been set exclusively correct or not. Yes, here we go. The variable has been set accordingly. So you don't want to always every time import this OpenAI API key necessarily. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do, SGPT, that's it. Here we go. We are having all the necessary things, and it is expecting one more additional parameter, guys. That's argument. Yes, of course, it's a prompt. So what I'm going to do, I want to simply know what are all the commands before doing into that. Simply you can just ask a help, which will give you a complete user manual with all the list of commands. You can take the model, you can take the temperature. There are some chat options exclusively for our demo purpose as well, right? There are, like, you can even still list out all the roles, something like that. Okay, Now what we are going to do, the next step, we are going to do a chat with the SGPT now. Okay, let me ask a question. Maybe I can use -shell. So there are 3 commands which I have told in my list of commands list. So all these things are very necessary, guys. SGPT -shell, execute, and if you want to execute any command, let's say you have one command to create a directory, you can use like -execute or -code. Alright, even you don't have used this -shell, execute or code, still SGPT works for you. That's brilliant. Alright, coming back to shell. Okay, what I'll ask, what is the default directory, okay, to store logs? Okay, let me ask some questions to SGPT. Let it answer it, right? So my question is, what is the default directories to store all logs in Linux? All right, so I'm just going to describe it. Fantastic, right? You have just asked a question called what is the default directory to store logs. It has given you a valid answer called var log, and the moment you just want to again describe it, it just lists the contents. That's it. So till you want to keep your prompt exited, you can still either use execute E or describe D accordingly. If you don't want, just type with A and that's it. The prompt gets ended. Alright, now let me ask some more questions maybe. Alright, let me use -shell. How to list files in directory? Okay, in Linux. Let me ask a question mark, then that's it. Simple. It has given you a command called ls. So if you want to just describe about what is a command nature, you can again just try to give a D, describe, and it describes the command essentially. List files and directories in the current directory. Okay, so now what I'm going to try is how to create a directory. Let's say like I don't know how to create a directory at all. Okay, so what I should do? Simple. -shell and just create this. How to create a directory. That's it. Fantastic, right? Alright, so let me try to ask some more questions like, okay, I want to create one directory. So we have completed creating a directory, right? So okay, how to list out files inside a directory? Okay, so how we can do? Okay, now I'm going to see like some executable output, like how to list the firewall rules. Okay, so those are something like you want to print out all the necessary output in your prompt. So what we can do? Simple. SGPT -shell fantastic. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, it has executed the iptables -l as a command, and I'm going to still describe about it, and it will tell you like what is the necessary information it has prompted as a command. So these are fantastic information, guys. Like it is not only like something you can just talk about like what is the command and what is the usage of the command, you can still very much use in your day-to-day activities. Like let me say, okay, let me try to give it. Alright, so I have to abort it. Let me try this command now. Okay, I will put this here. Alright, so it should be single. Alright, so now we have like couple of things listed out here. These are some of the useful commands of SGPT prompt, so that can be even used in your Linux terminal to ensure that you are getting a valid answer. So this is something like absolutely free. So if you want to something automate your stuffs in Linux model, you can still use this. The only requirement is you want to have your pip Python getting installed in your necessary Linux operating system. So if the moment you have it, install SGPT server and then configure your OpenAI API key. I will be providing the link as well in my description, and you can very well play with this SGPT tutorial. So hope this video will be very useful to you guys to play around with SGPT to automate your AI in Linux. So keep watching my videos. I'll be providing a couple of good stuffs in artificial intelligence in my upcoming videos. If you really like this video, please do subscribe and like this video. We'll meet you again, guys. Thank you.